Okay, I'd like to do another quick review here, and this review is really going to focus on uh, the Greek New Testament, a Reader's Edition, and I have placed here beside it just a regular UBS 4th edition so that you can kind of see the size difference between these. But this is a very nicely done Greek New Testament. And what this Greek New Testament really is for those who are, maybe just getting out of beginning Greek, maybe starting intermediate Greek, and, you're learning the glosses for the different, for your vocabulary. And what this does is as you're reading along in your Greek New Testament, when you come to a word, it gives you a number here that corresponds down below, and it's a running dictionary. So I believe this particular one goes down to 30 word occurrence, which if you're just coming out of beginning Greek, most courses will take you down to 50 occurrences. So you'll still have some vocabulary to learn. But for what is not in the running dictionary down below, they have a dictionary in the back, so you can look those up. Now, what I want to say about this is it's just beautifully done. The font is nice and large. It's not that italicized font that was popular in the UBS editions. I think they've corrected that now. But the font size is very large for a Greek New Testament, very readable. And then you have English headings there, which, depending on where you are in your Greek, that can be very helpful. One of the other things that's nice about this is it maintains regular book order. As I mentioned, there's some Greek New Testaments out there that have a different book order than what you're traditionally used to. So if this is something you want to take to church so you can kind of follow along, you're going to have an easier time finding, the books as the preacher's going through the sermon. Another thing that's unique about this particular edition is there is a limited textual apparatus. Now, there are 3 other major reader's editions that I'm familiar with, and they do not have a textual apparatus. But when I say limited, I mean it's severely limited. There aren't just very many variants that are going to be there. So if you're wanting to do research on anything related to textual criticism, at best this is going to alert you to some of the more debated and important ones, but it's, like I said, it's very limited in that respect. Another thing I absolutely love about this is, I'm trying to get a good view of this, but there is a nice margin space there. Probably not quite an inch, but maybe closer to 3/4 of an inch right here of margin space. And that is just great. If you're a note taker, you're going to really like that feature. The main text, the body text, is the same that you'll find in one of your UBS editions. I believe this follows the 4th or 5th UBS edition. I can't remember for sure now. But so if you believe that the Nestle Aland tradition, along with the UBS, is a pretty accurate edition of the Greek text, then this is one that you'll really want to look at. So overall, I'm really happy with this. I just want you to see again how this just lays flat. You can turn to Matthew, or you can turn to the book of Revelation, and you can lay it flat on your desk, and you don't have to worry about it flopping back on you. There's a nice ribbon marker right here. Overall, I am really happy about this edition. I personally don't use it a lot. I think these kind of reader editions, there's a little bit of a danger that's involved there because you can use it as a crutch and you don't develop more in your Greek. But you could look at it, as something that, if you're developing in your Greek and you want to take this to church, maybe look at it like, well, it depends. What's your goal in learning Greek? How far do you want to take learning your Greek? It's going to depend on whether a reader edition is going to be a good choice for you. If you're wanting to really master all the vocabulary of the Greek New Testament, there's a danger that this could become more like a crutch for you. But if you look at it as kind of like training wheels, on a bicycle, this is a good way to kind of get you can expand your reading, and it's you can read books that maybe you haven't learned all the vocabulary for. So I think this is a real good option to consider depending on what your goals are in learning Greek. So thanks for watching, and if you've got any questions or comments, just put them in the comment section down below. I'd be happy to answer any questions you've got regarding this edition.